Okay, today I am doing some wiring. This started out as just I was going to test out my new PWM controller for my fan, and I came back here to start hooking up some gator clips and rigging something up, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and put in my new fuse panels and start cleaning this wiring up a little bit because, well, I'm just kind of in the mood to do that. And the other thing is, it'll get some of this stuff out of the way and make it a little easier when I get to put the floor in. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm working on, I pulled the old shunt off that feeds a little gauge up front to do the amp draw. And I'm just gonna pull this panel off, take all these screws out, and I'm just gonna go kind of like for like to this panel. I got two of these, so I've got something like 17 connections. So this is a 12, so I got two of these. That'll give me some more slots as well for all my gadgetry. So that's what we're working on. Gotta do something about this floor. I'm gonna go right through it one of these days. It won't be like that for long. All right. Completely missed one. There's that out. Now, we need to kind of figure out how we want to do this. These are a lot closer together than those other ones were, so I think what we'll do is loosen these all up and start hooking up wires and kind of see how that goes. I'll come in from this side with the big stuff to power it, and then coming in from the right for all the hots. And then these are all grounds, but there's not going to be all that many used, so not too big a deal. So let me do that. Let's see. So these actually have a little opening to where you can hook them in, but the way this thing is made, you can't really make that turn. Yeah, it's not gonna work. See how far I can loosen this thing. Oh. Alrighty, so here we go. Got the new fuse panels in. Re-terminated the input ground and the power ground. I had some extra cables laying around that I cut and shaped to connect the two panels together. This is 4-gauge wire, but it's cheap, crappy 4-gauge wire that comes with stereo amp insulation kits. So it's probably more like, I don't know, 6, which is plenty for these two panels. They're rated at 75 amps. And I want to say there's like a 60 or 70 amp breaker coming in here. So we're good to go. But if I ever want to put anything heavy duty on here, like maybe a little inverter or something, I can do it. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't have the covers on yet, but so far so good. So now that I have my new fuse blocks in, I can get back to what I was gonna do, which was testing out this PWM controller. Pulse width modulation, digital fan control, or digital DC motor control. I'm going to attempt to control the Coolmatic old school fan with this and see if we can make it get a little bit better battery mileage and quit blowing fuses. So I've got a power pole that I rigged up to one of the fuses. I haven't put a fuse in there yet. And that's going to my little amp meter. And then I'm going to plug the controller in there. And then I'm going to run probably just like some gator clips or something over to the fan and see if we can control this thing that way. Well, I don't really see any reason why this wouldn't work. Right? Sure, it'll work. A bunch of stuff randomly dangling from the roof of the bus. I mean, what could go wrong? Okay, 0. We have power. 1, 2. I hear relays clicking. Okay, let's go with 1. Turn it up. Oh yeah. That is amazing. That's 15. Let's see if I can get a better angle on this thing. It works. Okay, so got the PWM controller hooked up. It's going through my amp meter. You've got forward, reverse, off. That's forward, it's on 2. And this is a control knob. This is the percentage. So if we turn it on, we're at 0. You got to turn it up to about 15 to get it to start spinning. 20%. We're drawing, whoops, bumped it back down. That's 20. 0.5 amps. And it's nice and quiet. I think I can get it as low as 10 once I get it spinning. I don't know if you can see it in the video. Let's see. You see how slow that's going? That's at 13. I'd say 20 would probably be about as slow as I would want to run it. It's moving air. 0.5 amps. 25%. 2.75. So right there about 30, it's humming along pretty good. 1 amp, 1.1 amps, 40, 2.7, and that's 50. We're doing 4.2, and it's moving some air now. 70, doing 10 amps. If we max it out, it's about to suck the walls in here, but it's doing 23.6. So pretty cool. I will say this, that when I had it hooked up regular and it was going through the old school resistor there, coil resistor, it was blowing 25 amp fuses if you turned it all the way up. And that's just too much amperage going through the wire. For one thing, it's 12 gauge wire. But yeah, I think this is gonna be pretty cool. Now I just have to figure out where all of this stuff is gonna go. I may try to see if I can mount it like that, but it's gonna block airflow. If I go maybe like this, it might just fit in there. I don't know. I may just have to do something clever, like move the whole thing over into a cabinet or something. But anyway, this is pretty cool. I think I'll keep it and use it somehow. It's actually pretty effective for breaking up sleep.